So fix number one, setting expectations. There are really three areas that expectations must be set. First and foremost, we have to have a very thorough contract. So our construction contract needs to set the stage for expectations. And these are going to be the bigger picture things, such as, extremes, what happens in this extreme or this extreme or this extreme. But it essentially sets the table as to here's what you can expect as we go through this process. The second one would be the specifications. So once the specifications are built, the specifications need to be very thorough in two areas. Number one will be the installation methods that will be used to build the home or remodel the home. And then number two will be the products specified, need to be very specific. Any and all notes. So as an example, whenever I was doing specifications with the client, we would have lots and lots of pages. It was probably the most labor intensive task of working through the job, of course, in conjunction with the plan. But every single page had that client signature that they had reviewed it. So at the end of the day, if something came up, we could go back to the specifications, say, here's the expectations we set. Did we meet those expectations? And if we did, we could go back to the client and say, look, we reviewed this with you. You did sign off on this. They could complain, but they really couldn't complain. So number three is the construction process. What will happen during the construction process? And so in other words, what can you expect on a week in and week out basis? So all big picture things, but a construction process obviously is broken into phases. So we have multiple phases within each job. We have to set expectations for each and every job. Case in point, we had a homeowner's manual, and there was a whole section on the construction phase. And so whether it was excavation or prior to excavation, what would happen? What would happen if there was delays in the schedule, nothing was happening? During the framing phase, during the foundation phase, rough-ins, drywall, all sorts. We had a page of that. So as the homeowners would get to that phase in their schedule, they could see this is what they were going to expect during that phase. So any thoughts on that, Diana?
I think that's very important to have a process and set expectation, and especially speak about them out loud and clarify them with everyone, and then repeat them if necessary. So
absolutely, yeah, it's a good point, because our trades, we also would go through expectations with them, such as cursing on the job site, smoking on the job site, toilets, all this, just some of the basic things. But we'd say this is what we expect, and we would post those notices on the job site. So we made sure that, hey, if you were a trade and you were working on our job, these are the minimum expectations of you. We'd oftentimes would have we'd have loud music and on the job site, and we had expectations that, hey, if the homeowner showed up, the music gets shut off, right? And you're not smoking in the home or on the job site. You have to get off of the job site. We'll put a porta potty, on each job site, and you're making sure you're using it, not a corner in the basement, as a lot of these guys would do. So yeah, it's very important. Everyone is on the same page.